Welcome, everyone, to Pet's Best Friend. I'm your host here, Sam Lassant. We have the leading veterinarian in the country, Dr. Inayat Kathio, here today. Before we get into the actual Pet's Best Friend, you know, Dr. Kathio has been very much involved with diplomacy between Pakistan and the United States, which is very critical. He's a consulate of Pakistan, almost like an ambassador, and he does all of this, everything that he's going to talk about, folks, okay, believe me, I can attest to this, for $0, as well as him supporting veterinary hospitals in Pakistan for a number of years, $0. I can't tell you how many times he's, helped people out in northeastern Pennsylvania when their pets were either in a fire or got sick, etc. I've actually seen him in person when a dog was, his leg was cut off, and here he was, he saved that dog. But anyway, Doctor, nice seeing you.
Well, thank you very much, Sam Lassant, and we are in America. We must recognize our honorable.
I was going to steal the thunder on me.
Yeah.
We have joining us just for the first segment. There's a reason for this. Is Representative Tarah Toohil from the 116 Legislative District. So we'll tell you why Tarah's here. But let's talk about the first segment about your diplomatic relationships between Pakistan, the people you've met, what you're doing, and how Tarah fits in on this.
Right. Same, like U.S.-Pakistan relations are very much important. And important in the sense that nowadays we are dealing with security threats. And Pakistan is playing a great role to get rid of Al-Qaeda. Pakistan is playing a great role to get rid of ISIS. Can Pakistan meet all these challenges? We can meet these challenges very easily. Thanks to Senator Casey, he met with our security advisor, Mr. Fatmi, and he facilitated a $335 million aid to Pakistan, and that will cut down on the security threats for the U.S. and U.S. allies. I'm developing a diplomatic relationship between Pakistan and the U.S. I'm connecting the Senate to Senate, Senate of Pakistan to Senate of USA. I just met the chairman of the Senate in Pakistan, Raza Rabbani. He invited me. We spent quite a bit of time, and I asked him, Senator, how could I play a role, which both countries can benefit, where the government is unable to do it, government of Pakistan unable to do it. He said, yes, very good point. When you go to America, take my message. The senator of the chairman gave me the message. He said that when the American representative like you and congressmen and other military personnel or the diplomats, they come in, they meet president, they meet head of the military, and they meet the president, and they are not exposed to the Senate or the Parliament of Pakistan. Then they come back.
Okay.
So they are going there, and they are leaving behind huge information that they did not took with them. So with the help of Senator Casey, I have spoke to them about this issue, and Senator Casey is facilitating my program with the Senate and the Congress, so I can play such a role when they are meeting each other, so I can arrange the meetings for them, right, so they can talk to each other. It's like somebody comes and meets Mr. Obama and takes off. But if he comes to you or comes to the chairman of the Senate, they would have more understanding, they will have more material to share with each other. So that type of role I'm playing. Other thing with the United Nations, as you know, I have worked with the United Nations, and I am a consultant for the United Nations. We had a meeting with Ban Ki-moon, who is the #1 diplomat, top diplomat in the world. He's the Secretary General of the United Nations. And some of the regions, they have issues, and they have not been resolved. And I asked him that, like UN has been in place for longer than my age. I'm very young. And how come we have these persistent problems? He said the problem is that the message is not being delivered to the people they are causing a problem. And why they are causing a problem? Because they have lack of education, and somebody needs to go down there, give them an education, and that will change their behavior. So for instance, like they have to learn the tolerance. Like these people, they create a problem, they have no tolerance, and they have very much ego, and these two things combined, they are like an atom bomb. They, like if somebody gives them education, and they will pass on this education to their tribes. They pass on this education to their like farmers, and the things will get better.
Do you mean people like that are training with terrorism in particular?
The terrorism.
Someone that's going to get involved in that,
someone
maybe?
that get involved. We have to go to their leaders and just engage in a conversation. That this is good for you. What we are doing is good for you. I give you an example. I was in Pakistan, and this next to my hospital, there was a guy. He was a Taliban. He heard that I'm American, or maybe American intelligence or something. He came down to me very, very much with anger. And I listened to him. He had negative things to say about America. But when I got engaged with the talk, and I told him that, my friend, that have you ever been sick? He said, yeah. I said, did you take any medication? He said, yeah. I said, what did you have? He said, I had malaria and I had infection. I said, do you know who did the research to save your life? I told him America did that. America did that. I said, you got a penicillin? He said, yes. I said, you know where this come from? America, the University of Missouri I went to, in that ground that came in, and America is sharing with you. That changed his behavior. And he said he was ignorant of it. He did not know that. And I said, if we do not have a relationship with the U.S., you know how many Pakistani people are going to die? And many of them. So it changed his behavior, and he has become a very U.S. friendly, or something like that.
How does, I know Tarah has to leave, but before you leave, how does Tarah, as a state representative, state of Pennsylvania doctor, work, and how can she be of help? Because you're absolutely right. When you open lines of communications, a lot of things develop. What could she do?
If the Tarah wants to help build up the international relationship with Pakistan, that region, I, as an honorary consul of Pakistan of Philadelphia, I could facilitate her trip to Pakistan, or I can have or I can, I can have the delegate come from Pakistan, meet Tarah.
To come here?
Yeah, to come
or to
here.
Harrisburg?
Or to the Harrisburg someplace. So I can put these two people together.
I think that would be great, because this way she's in Harrisburg, and she could have some of her fellow representatives, both sides, and to be able to talk. I think that would be great, Doc.
I think dialogue and getting engaged rather than using a fire or emotions or something like this one can give more production. And that is a part of the diplomacy. You work together and compromise.
Well, globally, everyone's so impacted by one another, but yet there's such a lack of communication.
Correct.
Because, I mean, here in the Hazleton area where we are, we don't have a high population of Pakistani or Muslim individuals that we come into contact with at all. So it's, you have to get together to have that diplomacy, or you'll never have it if you don't open those lines.
You have to know, like Pakistan's military has sacrificed thousands of people to get rid of these terrorists, and we have lost more than 50,000 lives human lives in Pakistan, to uproot the terrorism. And Pakistan did not create a vacuum where the IS can come in and fit in there, because Pakistani military is a very strong military, is trained by the British, and they have a very good discipline, and there will be no vacuum. Now, Pakistan is a very strong country, and somehow people, they view that it might be a little weaker country, but Pakistan can meet challenges anywhere, anytime.
Well, you set that meeting up. Tarah, I appreciate you coming on in the first segment. I know that you have a zillion things to do.
Yes, excellent. And keep talking about protecting animals,
Yes.
animal cruelty in the Hazleton area. We have issues with the pit bulls and people abusing the pit bulls, using metal and barbed wire with them, and it's really sad what goes on. So we're trying to enhance the laws in Pennsylvania, so the dog fighting paraphernalia that they use on the animals, that becomes illegal. So when the police find that, the people will get charged, so they won't be doing that.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm very thankful to you for the program. I'm grateful to Senator Toomey. He's introducing the federal law in the Senate, so it can be the federal cruelty.
Good, excellent. That's wonderful.
As we are talking about the pit bull, we will have a pit bull on our show,
Okay,
and
nice
we will
one too.
continue the program on that. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. And it's
you.
good to see you.
Good to
All
see
right,
you. Good to
gentlemen,
see
have
you.
fun without
Okay,
me. All
stay
right.
1 second. We're going to go for a break. Folks, thank you, Tara. Come back, Pet's Best Friend with Dr. Inayat Kathio. We have a lot to talk about. And then we're going to, on our web's special, we're going to tell you how you could save what to do to keep your pets healthy. Doctor's going to give us some tips, and we're going to give you some tips as to how to prolong your animals. Stay with us. Welcome back to Pet's Best Friend, folks, with Dr. Inayat Kathio. Remember, go to our website, Web Extra, and Dr. Kathio is going to give you important information of how to prolong your pet's life and what are the things that you should be doing for your pets. That's on our website at ssptv.com. All right, the good doctor. First of all, congratulations again.
Thank you
on
very
the
much
great
for
work that
having
you
me.
are
Thank you.
doing. I'm so
Thank you.
proud of you,
Thank
Inayat Kathio. You have been such a great asset to not only to Northeastern Pennsylvania, for this country, what you're doing in relationships, and you're so right about education. And I think that segment with Representative Toohil was well worth having. Now, let's talk about what we're going to see here, because we're talking about internal and external problems that animals have. So let's go to the first one and show our viewers what we're looking at.
Yeah, the animal could have a challenging problem external, and they could have a challenging problem internal. And as we were talking about pit bulls, especially Representative Tarah said about pit bulls, so it happened to be a pit bull, first one on my show.
Ooh.
Look at the wound that this animal come to me from somewhere else. The tumor was removed and the wound was not healing. And they were going to take his leg off. And you can see the wound is healed already and just a little bit is left. How come I did fix that wound that fast and that quick? Sammy, we have a good technology where stem cell, this is a new technology. You can heal tendons, you can heal another soft tissue, and you can heal the wounds or something. You saw how the wound that you saw first time was about 7 inches.
Yes.
7 inches. And what I did, I took dog's blood. From his blood, I segregated some of the cells. They enhance the wound healing. Something I injected into the wound, and you see the results of it.
And they wanted to cut his leg off, right?
They wanted to cut his leg off, and they come to me because they said I charge less money. So when I said I would try to save the leg of the dog and just bring the dog to me.
This is a rescue company that came.
The rescue, yeah,
Okay.
one dog at a time.
Yeah.
If you can look up on the line, they do very good work. So I did this free of charge. I did not charge them, and it thing worked for me because new technology. You have to be updated. You know what's coming out new. We Americans, we are doing so much research. Now everything is possible to fix in this time and age. So this is the result of
You continue to amaze me. Okay, with what you do.
Yeah.
You continue to amaze me.
Thank you very much. You know, because my daughter is an altar girl, and I'm associated with Catholics, so I have blessing on me.
Yes. All right. Now we have another tape here, Sam. You want to put that up, and the good doctor will tell you who it's about a kitten, I think, right now. Oh, there's a little kitty.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, people think they can fix their own problems. This kitty looking, she's sleepy, tired, diarrhea or something, and it's not getting better. And came to me and had a diarrhea. People usually go do the wormings or something, but I look at the kitten and saw she was sleeping or something. I took a sample, look under the microscope. They were not like a spaghetti type of worms or hookworms or tapeworms or something. What we are looking under the microscope, this is the parasites, it's called coccidiosis. And this gets into the lining of the intestine of an animal. When the linings are damaged, there's a blood in the stool, you will see, or first of all, you will see the mucus coming out with the diarrhea. And after that, you will see that the parasite is damaging the intestine, then the blood will come out. And can it be treated, or is it life-threatening? It is easily treated. With the oral medication, we dispense the medication to the people, take it home and give it to him for a period of time, and they come back next time, and probably you will see the animal is all better, playing full or something like that. He's okay, doing very great, very playful. So when the animal is sick, you know, try not to do your own remedies, and sometimes they could be life-threatening. What would happen if the animal did not get this medication and come to me? Animal would have got dehydrated, and he would have lost more intestinal tissue, would have got, from the dehydration, would have gone into the kidney failure, and finally might have passed away or something like that.
We have another animal up here, Sam, if you would put that up for us. And the doctor will tell us what this is.
Okay. Now this is another kitten. You can look, the kitten wants to live, but something is making kitten not to live. He's lifeless. And I palpated in his stomach, that I found a mass. It was a consistency of a donut. It looks like right in the center with a black arrow. It looks like a donut shape. And at once I knew this animal's intestine has intussusception, what we call it, or prolapse. The intestine, the small intestine went into the large intestine and obstructed the intestine. Black thing you see on the both sides is the gas. It cannot exit, so it's accumulating in there. Here you can see how wrapped up those intestines are.
Wow.
And this small intestine in the bottom is getting, you can see I'm just pulling it out. This is small intestine went into the large intestine and got stuck. And it has, see how it's coming out. So I did perform the surgery, and the prognosis is very good. And once you crack the problem, the kitten, you know, believe it or not, within 12 hours, he became normal and started eating and following us all over the place.
Oh my gosh!
This is within 12 hours.
Wow!
This is 12 hours of the thing. You know, the problem is recognized early, and taking care of it early has a good prognosis. Prognosis. You can see how bad and how bad the things were there. You know,
that's amazing.
And in this case, we performed the laser surgical procedure to open up the abdomen.
And I could see the cut was not that big at all.
Yeah, and there was no hemorrhage because this animal cannot afford to lose lots of blood. And once they come out and they feel like nothing has happened, so they're moving around and everything.
Wow,
and
that's amazing. Look at how that cat, you know, that's what comes with experience. That you have all this great experience. Do we have another one?
Yes, we have another.
Let's put the second one up, Sammy. And well, the amazing things that Dr. Kathio does.
Now, look at this very active cat, sits down like a chia pet, like no lifeless again, doesn't leave it on the table, it stays in there, because this cat is in a pain. And I palpated the abdomen, and by palpating the abdomen, I found out that he has blockage of the urinary tract blockage. And I have to act immediately because I don't know how long that cat has been blocked. So I give her a slight anesthetic. enough so I can pass the catheter, and then I can empty up the bladder, because I would not give him intramuscular or put him in the deeper anesthesia for a long time, because we have risk that the kidney might be shut off or something. So we want to give it the lowest quantity possible, and you can look at it. There's dryness in this in the penis area over there. We are looking, see, passing a catheter into his penis, and and you see the blood that is coming out is a red, and it's all bloody, because what happens, the urinary bladder has overstretched, and the blood vessels have been ruptured there, and this is the blood. This is a part of the urine that I have. This is a urine, not a blood, that's come out, and give her a relief and put her on the intravenous fluids, because then been dehydrated, wasn't drinking. And soon after we relieved that pressure, and cat start within an hour. It's very thankful to us, starting to look very good. The urinary tract obstruction in cat is emergency, and you have to get there to the veterinary as soon as possible. And you notice that to diagnose it, then give a proper anesthesia, then relieve it, give her fluids, there are antibiotics, something for pain. There are lots of things are involved. You just saw only the segment of it, but it takes a longer time. So we all the veterinarians, we save the lives of animals every day. They don't talk to us. We have to identify where is the problem, and we have to address the problem.
Wow. 570-655-2412. 570-655-2412. Kathio.com. We come back, we'll talk a little bit more. Welcome back to Pet's Best Friend with my good friend, Dr. Inayat Kathio. Folks, the guy does some amazing things. I've known him for many, many years. Dr. Kathio, you have an emergency clinic, okay? And I think this is critical, because there's so many times people throughout northeastern Pennsylvania, something happens, they panic, they don't know what to do, okay, but you have an emergency clinic. Tell me about your clinic.
I have a clinic at night in Wilkes-Barre. It's from 8 p.m. to 12, but last night I came around like 4 o'clock.
In the morning?
In the morning I was attending the animals. Another thing is for my community, if you have an emergency, you come out at night, I do not charge the emergency fee. I call it as urgent care, not an emergency, but urgent care.
So in other words, if I come to you, you'll only charge me the fee that you would normally charge? No emergency fee?
No emergency fee, no urgent fee, no casualty fee, nothing else.
That could be costly.
So because within that money, sometimes like animal has a eye scratch.
Yeah.
You just do a little diet test and send him out on the antibiotic. It will be less than what they will pay for emergency. And for example, some animal has a broken toenail, and I know it's easily fixed, but people back off because people do not have the money, to pay that much money up front before they get a problem or something. So this is for the service to the community. I'm not saying that they should not be charged emergency fee. Because there is lots of overhead, but I do not charge the emergency fee if the animal comes at night in my Wilkes-Barre office, or even on the weekends, just to help the community.
Folks, 570-655-2412. Now remember, when you call this number and it's an emergency number, a service will answer. Will a service answer sometimes?
You call it an urgent care number.
The urgent care number is what?
570, same number, but you have to be very careful when you say emergency, and when you say emergency or urgent care or something like that. When you say emergency, then that means the doctor has to be there, it's on the spot all the time.
Okay. All right, so
urgent care.
Urgent care. So if folks, something happens to your pet, so you want to call, it's the Pittston Animal Hospital. In case you forget the number, it's Pittston Animal Hospital. But the number is 655-2412. Keep it handy, and you call that number and say it's urgent care, and then they get to him immediately, because he has direct contact with everybody. and you don't pay for the emergency fee. Correct me if I'm right.
Yeah, don't for the urgent care
Urgent
fee.
care. You don't pay for that. But
And
you
also
just,
I have an office in the Wilkes-Barre at night.
so it's in Wilkes-Barre. It's at night, central located. I just want to get this clear. So there's no urgent care fee, only the fee that would be normal.
Normal, correct.
Normal fee.
Yeah.
Now remember, we talk about giving back. This guy's been giving back for many, many years, has his own hospitals in Pakistan, has traveled all over the world, Italy, France, you name it.
Israel.
In Europe, all over Europe.
Yeah, France, Israel,
Israel.
England, Spain,
And teaching,
Ireland.
teaching people, veterinarians, how to save lives. Well, you're a great asset to Northeastern Pennsylvania. I've always said that, Dr. Kathio, and I'm honored to be your friend.
Thank you very much. Honored to be friends with you, Sam Lassen, and you had given me a great exposure. I'm very thankful to you.
Well, you deserve it.
Because I was not much known, and I have to be very.
You're an excellent, good veterinarian.
You gave me a great exposure. I'm very thankful to your
and
television and your show.
And I appreciate it, but you're also a good person. Folks, it's Pet's Best Friend, 570-655-2412. Give him a call, and he'll be more than happy to take care of him. Tell him I sent you. We'll see you next time.